Good
Good morning.
morning. How are you doing this
I'm going to
morning?
share. Uh, it's one of those mornings where I could have so still been asleep.
I hear you.
Um,
Yeah. That
but I
is
was
funny.
glad once I got up.
Yeah.
But, the house is still. And for me, I'm not able to just like wake up and turn on lights and,
Yeah.
roll onto the floor. I have to do everything in the dark.
Yeah. I
I
totally get it.
literally am sneaking around
Right.
using my
Right.
camera flashlight to pick out the clothes and dress it in the bathroom and quiet, trying
Yeah.
not to make noise.
Yeah.
So it's just, you know, and then
Yeah.
I come, so it's just like a whole thing to get myself together. Whereas I feel like it would be different if I didn't have that, if I could really just like wake myself up from the very beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Getting of rolling out of bed, I mean, you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
And not just because my husband is asleep in one bedroom, my daughter is asleep in her bedroom. I get dressed in her bedroom.
Uh-huh.
My clothes are in there. I wake up, and so it's a whole. The bathroom is in her bedroom. So, logistically,
Yeah.
it's a bit to get out here, but I'm glad once I do. Just like
Yeah.
all the things.
I get it. I
You know,
So
yeah.
I kind of wanted to. I mean, I think we agreed that we were gonna spend some of this time this morning really talking about what we've learned in the first 30 days, the first month of doing this practice consistently at 6 a.m. And it's February 1st. And so we started on January 1st
First,
and
yeah.
have consistently done the practice, at least one of us providing that practice every morning.
Monday through Friday.
Yeah, Monday through Friday. And I think that's a huge accomplishment for us. And I think we should celebrate that. I mean, even though it hasn't
We
always
have some
been.
confetti we can make come up on the
I wish
screen.
if we do. I don't know how to do it.
Right.
So I just thought I think we agreed that this is a good time to sort of talk through like our observations and reflections on, and maybe there's something someone else can take from that, from this experience, because obviously lots of people wanted to start new habits and new things, new positive things in the new year. So
It's just me writing comments.
yeah, I see. So I'll start with just some of my takeaways from doing the daily morning practice all of the month of January. That's pretty amazing. I guess my first thing that's so exciting for me is that I have finally become a morning person, and it's something that I wanted to achieve most of my life. Like, I've always been a person who struggles to get up in the morning, and I always felt like I would be so much more productive, and not just productive, but like just feel better about my day if I wasn't waking up scrambling into the day.
Mm-hmm.
And so just the 30 days, I feel like I have transitioned into that person that I wanted to be, just because I have so much more time,
Mm-hmm.
and in the morning, just that I can get myself organized and centered for the day. And doing the daily practice, first thing in the morning, like as soon as I get up, is such a stabilizing thing for me. And so that was one amazing part of this experience of reflection for me.
For me, it's really been powerful for I've been a personal trainer and have had programs that I have implemented at 6 a.m. It's been years since
Mm-hmm.
I have done that,
Mm-hmm.
but probably more than not, majority of my life at this point, as long as I've been doing training, at some point I've gotten up early to be available to others, to help them to get their day started and to accomplish something for themselves first thing in the morning. And it's been through exercise, through fitness. And so it's not foreign or even uncomfortable, the thought really of getting up early in the morning and doing that. It just, my life is completely different with a 4-year-old. And it's been, nice to kind of ease back off of that requirement and just recognize I can't, commit to being out and of service to someone else physically the way I used to be for so many years. But being, of course, able to do this via Zoom, as I've had to transition so many things, we all have to the virtual platform. And so that has been amazing to be able to still be here in the mornings and of service to others, of service to myself. And I found really, after doing kind of just what I explained, that, hopefully the internet didn't freeze.
It feels like it froze.
Oh, okay.
I can hear you though.
You can? Okay.
Yeah. I hope it's not me though, but my screen is frozen also.
Yeah, your picture is frozen. But usually sometimes that means that my internet is slow. So if you have to refresh and come back in, let me know. But this, for me, what has been really powerful about the routine that this has created of getting up, of doing the rest restore practice, which is our stretching. This is our time to get centered and be quiet and focus on our breathing. And this is us then getting still and calling forth the visions that are, here within us, and making time and space for us to manifest those, which doesn't happen unless we are focusing on them. This is, so many things have opened up for me in the way of clarity of thought, of my direction for my pursuit of my essential oil business with doTERRA. And Nona and I have developed more and more insight and expanded our vision around our collective retreat center. Has been reaffirming to us to be able to practice together and to hold space for others in the community of people who are able to join us now and what we're developing. So it's been really good. And that was, what we expected to happen, what I expected to happen, until the effort of getting up and moving about in the dark. And then the setup on the balcony, which I create for me to be able to do this, has all been worth it. And I really look forward to continuing with it. Let me check in with Nona and see if she's able to rejoin me. If not, if her internet is not working, what I will do is to move us into the practice which I've just described, so that those that are watching this can have an opportunity to do that with me now. And Nona and I will continue our conversation around our reflections, having done this for the whole month of January. Okay, so let's just sit wherever you are this morning with some openness in your body. I like to bring my feet flat to the floor. I'm sitting up nice and tall because we're going to be breathing here into our diaphragm. So we want to open up our chest and sit up nice and tall. We're going to do some gentle stretching here. Just roll our shoulders all the way up and back.
Oh,
here you're coming.
Oh my God. That was the craziest thing. My whole internet just stopped. I actually tried to use my other computer and it wouldn't load either. I was like, what is going on?
Just the internet saying no ma'am.
In Washington, D.C. at 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, why? Anyway, I'm not going to go. So I missed a lot of what you said, but I heard some of it. I'm sorry.
No problem. I was actually going to just do the practice, but no, let's continue our conversation. What I was just sharing what my routine of getting back into this routine of being here in the mornings has done for me. Okay. And that has just been so worth this because it has allowed for you and I really to reaffirm the importance of this for ourselves, but also for our community. And it's helped us to expand our vision of what we're going to manifest of our retreat center. And I really feel like each time we meet, and it's been now 2 years, a little plus, since we've been meeting around the whole idea of holding space for Black women our age, bringing them together, allowing them to have a space where they can rest, number one, where they can be in community with each other, where they can, focus in on themselves, and where they can do so uninhibited by the everyday, aggressions that we just have to face, that we have completely normalized just in order to survive. We want to be able to provide a space where you can let all of that, which raises our anxiety level and has our nervous system just ready to just, react every second of the day. We've normalized that. That's how we're born into having to do that here. And we want to be able, we will be, bringing people together for short-term retreats away from that. But the long-term plan that we have for our retreat center has become more and more alive for me during these opportunities we've created to vision, as part of our practice.
Yes. I mean, I love it. And I'm 100% with you on that in terms of just being able to spend the last month, just looking at that, just spending that visioning time, just seeing and feeling and just putting all of my creative energy into imagining that vision for that retreat center, and just the joy and peace that it's going to offer us, our families, and other people, and all the people that we will serve. And so I'm extremely excited about that. We are speaking it into existence by sharing it.
Exactly.
And I know that it's just a matter of time. And I think that we already know we have people in our community who are going to be super enthusiastic about being with us and experiencing that retreat, that rest, restore, reset experience. So I'm super excited about that too.
You had some other things that you
had
wanted to share.
A lot of it's super practical from the standpoint of, I know that for a lot of people like me, find it really hard to get up, before the crack of dawn. Even if they want to, the thing that I observed was that for one, it's 100% easier to get up at 5:30 in the morning if you go to bed at least 7 hours before you have to wake up.
Right.
And there's a process for that too, in terms of making sure that you really start to shut things down, start to shut your mind down, even before you get your body shut down, before you get your body in the bed. And so just that, I think that might be something that we could start to offer.
Well, I know for
as
sure getting up, like you said, you have to get in the bed earlier. And then what does that mean? That means, pulling yourself away from the screens earlier. That means making sure that you've eaten dinner, maybe earlier. So your food, you're not just like eating and falling right into the bed. Or that you do all the things that you normally may do before going to bed, but just earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's not so easy given people's crammed schedules.
Yeah.
So it's really having to have a shift in your mindset that it's actually going to be more productive for me to leave these things undone and to get up early tomorrow morning and do this practice and then get back at these things with a fresh mind without the anxiousness of I have to hurry up, I have to cross this off my list now, and really trust and know that it's going to be okay, and it will, I have actually gone to sleep with, things on my mind and felt like, and then waking up, and it's just so much easier to get back into writing about it or communicating with the person that I need to about it. Just first thing fresh in the morning, having rested and not from that sense of stress really, or with more joy in the morning and more ease.
Exactly.
It's been a difference maker. It really has.
I'm telling you, it does take some, as you said, mental shift to be able to convince yourself to go to bed, to prepare for bed. And like you said, like I have the same exact experience of like, okay, it's 9 o'clock at night, and before, I won't say it now, but before I would have the experience of, okay, I need to get like 3 more things done, for tomorrow. It is for tomorrow. And now, and my mind is not as clear, and I'm tired, and and so just saying, you know what, I'm going to go to sleep and wake up, and I'll have like 2 hours after we finish the practice to like get all that done, and I get so much more done. But beyond just being productive and getting things done, I just feel better throughout the day,
Right.
And I think that
how about prioritizing the way you feel?
Exactly.
Like, and you're overdoing something work-wise for someone else, or delivering something for someone else, or exactly. How about that? Being the priority, and I think that's really been that's a huge opportunity that we have to help others to create that mind shift as well, in terms of doing just that, centering themselves first, which is not something that we're conditioned to do. That we're not getting those messages that that you matter first, and none of what you can produce is as important as you showing up feeling completely whole and healthy and rested and happy and joyful about what it is that what you have to give. If you're like showing up frustrated or mad or upset or just all that, and what good is it?
And a key part of that too is when we're doing the visioning process, if you are working a job or doing some things that you don't necessarily enjoy, or you don't feel like is the best use of your gifts, having that time in the morning to actually envision what you should be doing, what your gifts would actually be, how they would be best served. Having that as the forefront of your day actually enables you to say, okay, enables you to think forward about like, I've got to do what I have to do right now, but I'm doing it in preparation for the things that I really should be doing. I really am meant to do. I really want to be doing, as opposed to just going day to day in this, quiet misery, like really being able to say, start your day with what that big vision looks like. And then feeling that and just seeing that and understanding that's what you're called to do. And then being able to say, okay, I'm not doing it yet, but let me start to think about the steps I can take to move myself into that.
And
And maybe,
just know that and when people do that, when they have that time or they spend that time focusing on that, even though that, like you said, may not be what they are doing currently for work or for their dream is not quite there, they are calling it forth even more with that intention, with that thought, that benefit. They're going to speak about it more. If they're visioning it to others, they're going to put it out there in the universe. And then that energy is what will help to bring that forth.
Absolutely.
And
and the opportunities and the people and the the ideas, all that's going to come forth just by putting that attention on it every single day at the start of your day. I think that's super, super powerful.
And even if it's not at the start, like we do this as a recording and encourage people to watch this recording when it is appropriate for them. So even I think it's empowered to be able to be the first thing in the morning that you're thinking about, or what you want to be able to share or call forth, or how you want your world to look. But if it's not the first thing in the morning, then not everyone can do that. But then at some other point throughout the day, maybe it's what you do right before you go to bed, and then that fuels your beautiful dreams to be able to, call forth your vision. So at some point, it's important for us, just as people, as women, as the mothers, the teachers, the sisters, the community providers, the entrepreneurs, all the hats that we wear as we go throughout the day, the partners, we are controlling so many things, have so many responsibilities for so many other people. So to be able to, make 10, 15, 20 minutes for ourselves is like a must. It's a must.
Absolutely. And I'm so excited about the fact that for our next retreat, we're going to be able to offer that as a practice for people every day. To just sit in the vision of sit with and embrace and receive that vision, that then they can start to put the pieces in place, realize it. And while they're also just resting and restoring themselves and
nature and beauty and sun and it's going to be amazing.
Sisterhood.
Yes.
Also its own medicine,
It is. Absolutely. Being around other good, like-minded sisters who we can learn from and share with, just peaceful environment.
For sure. Yeah. So we're 23 minutes in. I probably part of it because I was, trying to get back on here. But should we just end our discussion? I feel like end it with a practice. Like I'm excited about. I feel like I need to practice.
Absolutely. I think we'll just go right into some breathing. We've probably all been in our seats doing some type of movement this morning.
We're awake.
One of the other things I'll tell you too is that I wake up and it's just all about getting up and stretching first thing as soon as I get out of the bed. That is something that I'm a movement person anyway, but I won't move away from the side of the bed before bringing my arms overhead and doing some stretching. It's just super important.
A good pro tip for the rest of us to
how we say, you always bring your arms up like your morning stretch, but do we really do that? Do you really intentionally think, let me do that? I'm getting up off of this, surface where I've been laying down. Let me actually realign my spine and get up and bring your arms overhead, or get down on the floor even and do a few cat-cow stretches. That's something that is, even before I show up here, right, with you, that I'm I'm doing. So hopefully we've done some stretching, and we're going to move into our breathing practice, which is our slow inhalation, breath in of 4 counts. We hold that breath for 7 counts, and then we release it for a slow 8 counts. And if you're not filling up your lungs, or you feel based on my counting practice, then that's no problem. Just do what is comfortable for you, okay? And so we're gonna sit up nice and tall. And it's funny, I just saw someone zoom in, and maybe they left because they're like, oh, what's going on here? But we've gotten feedback. Well, one of the reflections that 6:30 would be a great time, or for certain people, we've mentioned this too, to start the practice for them as opposed to 6 o'clock. So I'd like to know, if you do watch this recording, if you think 6:30, leave us a comment if you would like to start at 6:30 in the morning. Just curious, throw that out there. Who knows what will happen? Okay. So we are going to now just center ourselves. You can close your eyes, lower your gaze, and bring yourself to stillness. We're going to move into our breathing. Start with a cleansing breath in and out at your own pace. And then we begin breathing in together. For a count of 2, 3, 4. We hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and release for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and continue with this breathing practice.
As we continue to breathe slowly and deeply, let all that air in and let out all the things that are not serving us. We're telling our body and our spirit that we're okay, that we're not in fight or flight, in survival mode. We're now ready to receive that divine inspiration and that creative intuition, and we're ready to see the big vision for the next chapter or the next season or even just today, and to actually start to see in vivid detail and feel what it would feel like, what it does feel like in the present tense, what that vision feels like and looks like. And we can just, we're now ready to receive that and sit with it and listen for it. And so that's what we're going to do for the next 2 minutes, to just really envision while we continue to breathe deeply. And so let's take that time right now together. So let's come back together. Slowly open your eyes. Feel the feeling of peace and serenity and joy around what you actually were able to envision. And continue to breathe and continue to go throughout your day with that beautiful vision in your mind, and maybe start to attract the people and the things and the ideas and the resources to bring that vision into reality. So I guess, Ewanike, we will continue with this practice.
Yes, for the month of February, I just thought I'm going to start writing down, put a piece of paper, small journal, something by my bed, and start writing down the time that I go to bed, so I can really start to just clock that. I think just knowing, okay, I'm going to be recording right before I turn off the light, what time it is, will help me to just be also intentional and see how that works, and be able to share that one change at the end of this month.
That's
with
wonderful.
you, with others, because last night I went to bed decent time because I could not do anything other than just go to bed. I was so tired after the day, but I got in a full 8.5 hours.
Nice.
Yeah. And so,
excellent.
yeah, what would it look like if I did that every night? So I'm about to,
I think that's a great challenge. I'm gonna
just write. I'm just gonna write it down. That's all my commitment is, to write down the time that I go to bed, and then
I love it.
the time I wake up, of course, so I can see how long that's been that I've actually been asleep.
Awesome. And are you able to sleep throughout the
Last night, I was able to sleep the entire night. I didn't get called into my daughter's bedroom.
Nice.
My boss didn't wake up and be like, "Come here."
That's progress.
She did not wake up last night, so I woke up like, "Oh, I'm in my own bed. That's great."
Right. That's beautiful. So, okay, I'm taking you up on that challenge for the month of February. We're writing down what time we went to bed and what time we got up, and then we can report out at the end of the month.
Yeah.
The 1st of March. I love
it. 1st of March. Yeah. See how it went.
Okay, cool.
Should be interesting.
All right. So I will see you tomorrow morning.
Yes, you will.
Have a great day.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.